Ferrari, one of the most expensive luxury sports car brands that the world has ever seen. The company was founded by Enzo Ferrari Who as a race car drive, and a man faced many rejections and obstacles. Despite everything, he never gave up on his dream to create luxurious excellence. The Ferrari family came from humble beginnings. Enzo's father owned a metal workshop, and he and his brother began working in the family business, even thought they were not well educated. They began to develop some knowledge on machinery. Enzo was not very interested in continuing the family business. He knew that working in his father's shop was not the life he wanted. He was only 10 years old when he saw his first car race and immediately became fascinated and inspired. Drive from then on, he became obsessed with cars. He found his true calling. Before Enzo had even a chance to explore this path, he and his brother were affected by the war. In 1916, a double tragedy happened that devastated the family. His father and his brother died in the same year, and the family business quickly fell apart and went bankrupt. In 1917, Enzo Ferrari was recruited into the Italian army, and even though he was a skilled mechanic because he didn't have any formal education, he was given the task of shoeing the mules because Enzo had suffered a serious illness and almost died. He was discharged. After the war, Enzo had a hard time finding work in the auto business, but unfortunately, they were not impressed by him. He was rejected. He then got a job assembling spare parts into whole cars. He also worked as a test driver. In 1920, Enzo landed a job at Alfa Romeo as a race car driver. But sadly, few years later he started feeling overwhelmed and stressed. He suffered an emotional breakdown and stopped racing. He soon realized that he had more love for managing the race team rather than driving for it. In 1920, he formed his own team of drivers and engineers and founded Scuderia Ferrari or Team Ferrari. In 1938, Enzo left Romeo. A contract clause restricted him from racing or designing cars under the Ferrari name for the next 4 years. In the meantime, he built a company that supplied parts to other racing teams, but during the war, the factory was destroyed twice. But nothing had ever stopped him from designing his first car. That world finally carried his name. And in 1947, he founded Ferrari S.E.A. in history. Despite all the bumps in the road, he never stopped developing and improving. One of the greatest racing cars of all time. It is so inspiring how he transformed his struggles, hardships, and obstacles into a burning desire for luxurious excellence. Remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.